Do me right, hold me like this, go save me. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling-a-ling. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. Ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it. Boy, from over there catch your eye. Know what I want, I not shy. Come close to me, take hold of me. Got me hooked and that's no lie. Love how you're grinding, baby. This ain't no if or maybe. Give me wine, do me right. Hold me like this, go save me. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling-a-ling. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. Ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it. Boy, I see ya,
Check,
watch
check,
ya,
check,
baby.
check.
I see ya, that drive me crazy. Push back on it, why?
Yes, yes, yes.
How you move it, does it?
We back in the
You're
studio.
grinding, baby. This ain't no if or maybe. Give me wine, do me right. Hold me like this, go save me.
Yeah.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. You can speed it up, you can beat it up, you can do whatever you want. Just ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring, 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 ring the bell, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, boy.
You're now listening to
Empress
Pure
J.
Vibes Radio.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, like ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, yeah.
Watch me.
Yes, yes, yes. We live in the studio now with Empress J and La Pana. My sisters, them in the studio, coming back with the vibes as always. We just missed Tony B. But happy birthday to Tony
Happy
B.
Earth Strong. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
He's overseas right now having fun.
Yes.
So big up Tony B.
Happy Earth Strong.
Happy Earth Strong. But we got the ladies in the studio and they always got something cooking. That's what I love. So they not local no more. They're international. Ever since we link up, they're international. They can't hear no more, so the price gone up. It's 2023. We up like Jordan, and the price gone up. So, since we here with the ladies, Empress J,
Hello.
introduce yourself to the world again.
What's up, everybody? It's Empress J, the boss, the bad gal of soca, representing the whole of the Caribbean, representing those thick chicks, representing those who just love good music.
And we got
La Pana say, representing the 507 PTY Panama. Shout out to everybody.
shout out. We got the queens in the building, the empresses and the queens in the building, representing for the international groups, diaspora and everything. But they're not just artists, these are entrepreneurs, moguls. Everything under the thing is boss.
Damn.
So listen, now I want to talk about the latest ventures because we have Empress J that just recently came back from Africa with the
Afri-Caribbean Festival.
Free Caribbean Festival. I know that was lit. You had Lyrical, you had Sizway, you even had
Fimba.
listen, you even had
All-star cast.
All-Star cast. I
All-star
can't even say how much it was, and it was so much activities going on that
Absolutely.
it was actual carnival in Africa. So, how did you pull that off? How did you pull that off? I want to know how you pulled that off.
First of all, big up to my business partner who I couldn't have pulled it off without him. Donna Labor and his whole tribe that jumped in and helped uh, our my who became my right hand and my left cheek, Yema. She lives in the States, but she's from Sierra Leone. She's like our winner of
Buenas noches,
the
Vicky.
the drawing that was in Miami Carnival, and she just helped pitched in. Just everybody had it was hard work, no sleep, nothing but pace, but we did it. We did it together. We did it with the help of big up the Ministry of Tourism of Sierra Leone and the Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism of Sierra Leone, Fatima, and then the mayor and the city council. Big up Mayor Yvonne. I'm sorry, if I mean no disrespect, I called him by first name because I feel like we family. So.
Okay. That's a thing. That's a lot of people. That's a whole.
Yeah,
that's
and
a whole country.
the police force, military, and everybody in Freetown, security, everybody that pitched in. Big up DMV League of Artists. They sponsored an artist and a videographer to come and document a memorial project where they painted a mural in conjunction with an artist from Sierra Leone. So there is a mural, a monument on the beach that signifies the first ever Afro-Caribbean Festival. And one side was painted by Levi Robinson, who's out of the DMV. And then the other side was painted by an artist from Sierra Leone from a art group that slips my mind right now, but I'll have to get the name of their group because they move as a unit, not as individual artists.
That's interesting because I seen the feedback that you were getting from the people. You had a lot of highlights over there, you know.
That
A
pool
lot
party?
of highlights over there, boy. Pool party to Juve to the
Juve
lady
was
was worshiping lyrical in the was it the airport or
Yeah.
mall or something?
No, we were in the hotel
It was a
lobby.
hotel.
And it's so funny
She just
because
started screaming and bawling and all kind of thing.
cause she was just talking to the DJs that were standing there and saying, you know, she's from Sierra Leone, but she's a fan of lyrical. And she was just telling them like her highlight is going to be going to the concert and seeing lyrical perform.
Nice.
And as she was saying that to them, he's coming from around the corner from the bar, and over one of the other DJ's shoulders, she sees him and she just bawl out, scared the bejesus out of me. And Nero, because he jumped back like like we all went into survival mode, like who what
Right.
but she was just so excited, and I think for me it was special because we see that type of reaction to like the Michael Jacksons and the big name artists in America, and to see, and because we're Caribbean and we all one and we family and all of that, like we have our favorite artists, but we bump into them all the time, even as, you know, not even as artists, but as just regular fans. You know, you can bump into, or you might have known them when they was going to school in Trinidad or going to school in Barbados. You knew them. So it's not, but to see someone from another country who's not Caribbean respond to an artist from the Caribbean like that, that was the highlight of that moment. I know for Lero it was, you know, just someone loving him and his craft that much. But for me, it was a point for the culture.
Yeah.
Because here we are in Africa, and someone recognizes one of our artists and
that's big. That's big.
loves to the point of, you would think that, like I said, I can't even think of the biggest. You would think Beyonce or Jay-Z just walked
she
through the
started
damn.
crying. I saw it.
She was
a whole
crying.
highlight.
She was screaming, and you know, she expressed to him that his music kept her going, and so. Although I know that in our genre there's a lot of fight and there's a lot of crabs in the barrel, and We like, oh, soca not a genre. Soca will never be a genre because of this, that, and the other. But if we work together and let go and let the movement happen, that could be the case for not just lyrical, but for so many of us. It could be that way for soca music artists in general. Like, oh my God, people from the Caribbean are coming here. This person, that person, Sizwe, Empress J coming, La Pana coming. Oh my gosh, I have to be there. And then even though they speak English, they speak Creole, and so sometimes there's a language barrier. I even had one of the artists who's from Sierra Leone said, I didn't understand everything that you were saying, but I love the music. So it can be international. We just have to allow it to happen. We have to stop fighting each other. We have to stop just keeping the same 10 people on the top that says we representing soca, and just let it be good Caribbean music. Because they don't know what soca is. They know what dancehall and reggae is because they grew up on it. They know what calypso is because they grew up on it, and they thought calypso was African music.
Right.
Well,
Technically it is, but they thought it was coming out of the motherland, but it was coming out of the Caribbean. So I'm blessed to be a part of organizing and creating this movement of bringing the Caribbean back to its roots in Africa. And Sierra Leone, Freetown, is a very historical, relevant place because that is where the oldest Maroon church is in that city, built by the Jamaican Maroons.
I seen the highlights. All you had mean highlights. Hey, Sizwe by himself was a travel package. Sizwe by himself had a travel package thing that he was like, oh, here, there. I said, yo, he is not playing.
And I'm so proud of Sizwe. He came and there were hiccups and organizational things, and that's always going to be for the first time. There was stuff out of our control with the airline, but this man persevered, and when he hit that stage, it was not a game. If they didn't know Sizwe then, they know him now, and I can tell you that people in Sierra Leone are saying, are singing "Good Morning."
Good morning.
If they can't say nothing else straight in English, they saying good morning.
Listen, that man there have energy now.
Yes, Lord.
Energy now.
And Michael the Panis, historical.
Oh yeah.
He killed it. It's so many memories.
When Sizwe was on the stage with him, listen, you had so much different highlights.
Absolutely.
So many different highlights in that thing there. Listen, what is the deal for this year? God, last year was that. This year is what? Where are we going this year?
We're still going back to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Dates are gonna drop real soon. We're finishing up some business, and then once that's done, come the beginning of next month, we're gonna drop the dates and the planning, at least the preliminary planning for next year. I know that there were tour highlights. We've been gathering feedback from our patrons that did go, so we want to take that in consideration as we plan for the next one. But the ministry is ready for us to come back. They're excited about it. We did good. We did what we set out to do.
You guys did excellent.
We didn't bring the numbers that we projected to bring, but what we did bring still had an impact, and so we're looking to have even more this year. So make sure, we're gonna let it loose from early, so you can do your little payment plans and do whatever you gotta do. Go work a second job for the next 6 months, so you can stack your money. But once you get there, your money goes far in Sierra Leone. I posted a picture of a huge lobster that couldn't even fit on the plate. She didn't know what it was. It was they charred it on the grill, so she couldn't really recognize it. And then it's a real lobster. It ain't no red lobster. They went and got that out the sea. Right behind the restaurant. And so it did not fit on the plate. And what that would cost in the United States was probably $200. No lie. That meal would have been $200. Because when I say that lobster was huge, And you couldn't even see the sides and stuff, but
So
It was.
since you was over there, right?
but it was $20
It was
US.
wow. Did you guys encounter a lot of expats over there?
Out of what?
Expats.
What's that?
A lot of U.S.
Expats,
people
US people.
that live in Sierra Leone. They have usually expat communities.
Not really. We encountered, because it's the holiday season, we encountered a lot of diaspora people who were coming
Right.
home for the holidays.
Okay.
Not even a lot of, I think I might have seen more Europeans than I even
Really?
saw Americans.
Okay.
But a lot of Sierra Leoneans in town for the holidays, a lot of weddings. Cheese on bread. It was a wedding every day there was a wedding. So I think traditionally what they do is wait till around Christmas time when everybody's coming home and they have weddings, because this is back to back to back weddings.
Wow.
So no, I didn't really see a lot of, other than our crew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Hmm.
Not
So-
really.
With this experience now, right? Sierra Leone, you think you could take this somewhere else in any other African country like South Africa?
Absolutely, that is the goal and the plan. We wanted to. We're not running before we crawl. So we did it, and we know that we can do it. It was successful. There are things that we're going to improve on. We're going to do it again in Sierra Leone, and it'll probably continue there. But as we expand and grow, we are definitely going into other countries.
Speaking of other countries, my sister, La Pana say what?
La Pana say. It's my turn.
No, we got to switch back and forth. You ladies,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? You're individuals, but you're a team at the same time.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's you got to get it on all boards.
Yes.
So, you in Panama now. I ain't see you in months.
Yes. I moved to Panama in October. It was just something that was on my heart to do, and I did it. I said, I'm leaving, I'm going back home, and I went home.
Now, I see you on social media and thing like that, and you're having a good time over there.
Absolutely.
Because I see you have fans. I see you on a bus. People was dancing to your music.
Yes, yes,
Then
yes.
I'm seeing the reposts of all different people everywhere in Panama playing your music.
Yes. And it's a good feeling because oftentimes in my community, the Panamanian community, they say, oh, los panameños no soportan a uno, no apoyan, which means we don't,
Yeah, support.
support each other.
Right.
And now that we are trying to build the soca music down in Panama,
Right.
a lot of people are gravitating to it. The thing about it is the people that's gravitating to it is the older people, because they remember soca.
Right.
They know soca from when the all of the Caribbean people was there and everything, so they know calypso, they know soca. The younger generation, not so much, because they are into now the Dominican style, the Puerto Rican style, the
Yeah.
dembow,
That-
the reggaeton,
that
which the reggaeton was birthed out of Panama.
That everybody know.
Right. So, bringing back the authenticity of soca, for me, a lot of artists sing in Spanish, right? The authenticity for me is singing in English, because that's what my ancestors, they spoke English. That's what my culture is, English, Jamaica and Barbados. So I sing in English, but every now and then I might throw in some Spanish words here and there, right? I have a few songs that I did that. I have a new song coming out maybe around March time frame. That one is gonna be Spanish.
Yeah, okay, okay.
It's definitely gonna be okay. Yeah.
Okay. So now, Carnival in Panama. What's the scene with that? What y'all working on with that? I know it's something in the
So
scene.
this year,
I could smell it.
This year is not gonna be nothing too big because it's so sudden.
Right.
And Panama is just starting to open back up. Right.
Oh, okay.
So now for 2024 though, yeah, we got some big things planning, some big things cooking up behind the scene. But this year we may do a little small juve to introduce it to them and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I there for that.
Yes, definitely.
I there for that. And I there
Definitely.
for Africa this year
Come
too.
on. Hey, let's go.
So-
Let's go.
Any other places, since you guys are international now, any other places that you would actually want to touch ground and actually spread the culture of not just soca but different other varieties you guys touch, because you just don't do soca?
No.
No, well, no, now I'm doing just soca, but the type of soca that I do, I feel it can go anywhere.
Right.
It's just not just the Caribbean. It can go anywhere because
Anywhere,
of
anywhere.
how I execute my music. So one of the places I really, really want to go to is Belize.
Belize.
Belize, and
Belize,
Costa
Belize.
Rica, Limon, Costa Rica. They're big into the culture
Right.
as well. Some parts of Colombia, believe it or not,
Yo, no,
listen to
Colombia,
soca, and
San
of
Andres.
course, yeah, and
Come on.
Venezuela, but we can't go to Venezuela
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
on
yeah,
the no
yeah.
travel list.
Well,
but
you know, they
yeah.
in Trinidad, so
exactly.
Right,
Let's
let's
go
go
to-
to Trinidad.
they just showed recently that two venue women made a box out of wood, and it says Spanish doubles on the front.
Wow.
And they're selling Spanish doubles now in Trinidad.
in Trinidad.
they
Look
have
at that.
Chinese selling doubles and Spanish selling doubles. So you can-
Trinidad gonna be something other than Trini soon.
Nah, I mean Trinidad was always mixed up though.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's
but
true.
now is ever gonna be mixed up. Nobody gonna know what the hell they is. So now you could just say, "Hey, guys are Trini." You can't
Right.
say you're nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? But I think another threshold to hit would probably be Japan.
Definitely Japan, but a
Japan.
lot of people are also sleeping on Germany.
Listen,
Berlin soca scene is off
Listen.
Absolutely.
the chain.
Berlin and where's the other one? Norway.
Norway.
Norway got a
Yeah.
big soca scene over there.
So anybody on the lives, all of them that have a link, go ahead and link us so that we can get that going just now.
just
yeah,
now,
yeah.
Right
just
now.
just now,
Just now, right now.
just now.
Especially
No
Japan.
stick.
Japan, I think, is bigger. Japan and Berlin is bigger because there's military bases there.
Expats.
Japan has 5 bases.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all branches: Army, Navy, Air Force,
Oh, yeah.
Marines, Coast Guard. So you have all the Caribbean people there as well who are serving. So the vibe over there is just immense, immense. Same with Germany.
Germany, I seen. Germany is mean
Yeah.
over there. Just Germany and Norway.
Yeah.
But I know Germany, they have
Send
block
us the
parties
link.
at least once a month. And
Something.
they filling. They
Yep.
listen. They filling up the street with white
Germany,
people.
Yeah.
with they are.
But you know, Japan also has always been in the culture because, you know, they had one of the baddest dancehall queens. Junko?
Junko,
What?
right? So we know about Junko, and then
And they're very into the dancehall culture.
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
And they're really getting
the,
into
the
soca
oldest
now.
Japanese sound going on Kill Off Mataran. What was it? Just the other day, a couple months ago last year. Kill Off Mataran on his own stage
Yeah.
in Jamaica. Madness.
What's that?
It's a Japanese sound. I forgot what the name is.
Yeah,
But it's the
it's-
oldest Japanese sound in Japan.
Wow.
And then now they have some Japanese artists now. Like you hear him flow, you think he's cartel speaking Japanese.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And not
Love
to
it.
mention the dances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, they're definitely very much loving the culture, emulating the culture. It's big.
Yeah.
Period.
I think China will get a little taste once or twice. But you know, that's
We'll do Japan.
a
first.
hard push. That's a hard
So,
push.
Soca in Japan, we're gonna hit you up.
That's a hard push.
But Germany, link up. Someone who has that Germany link up. What is the other place you said?
Norway.
Norway link up.
Norway.
Send it to us. We
They
there.
got them big in Norway.
Passport ready to get stamped.
So, seeing that you girls, well, ladies, goddesses, manage other artists too, right? Because I know y'all have different things under your belt. How many people do you have under your belt now as artists?
Well, right now,
collectively.
I work hand in hand with Wildfire. I do most
Big
of his
up.
business stuff.
Big
all
up,
right,
big up.
up to Wildfire. And I also took on Rhea Black and Empress. I'm working with Empress as well. So
Okay.
I'm
Well, I
wearing
mean, that's easy.
3 hats. I'm
That's
wearing
easy.
the artist hat, the management hat, and the business manager hat. So, and I love more being behind the scenes, honestly.
Yeah.
But because I'm just now getting my feet wet in this genre, getting to know who the key players are, who I need to link, who can, scratch my back, I scratch yours type
Right,
thing.
right. Quid
And
pro
it's tough.
quo.
It's tough. It's tough breaking in to this business on the management side. So you can only imagine on the artist side. My name is out there, but trying to get these relationships to really mesh
Right.
is tougher than I thought. But either way, 10 toes down, I'm still pushing forward. I'm going to push myself and my artists, and we going to do what we do.
Damn right. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Empress.
On my side, I business manage an artist, but I keep it on the low.
On the low, that's fine. But how many artists do you have?
That I'm businessman. I'm just dedicated to one.
one.
But I also just mentor and advise other artists. So it's not, but officially that I business manage is one. And I'm not going to overwhelm myself because I do so much. So I want to be able to.
Shout out to We Big
do
Entertainment
his-
on the live.
I just said his, so to do his
Big up.
business, still do what I have to do as an artist with promoting myself and my music, and then myself as an actress and a playwright, and then myself as a dance instructor and all of that. So I have so many hats within entertainment that I'm not taking on. I don't have that luxury to take on too many people, but this person is a brethren, and it has been my charge for me to make sure that on the business end of the music that he is straight.
Okay, cool. So listen, speaking of playwrights, how was that play you had, The Ass Chronicles?
It was wonderful. The A finally got a taste of the Ass Chronicles.
Okay.
And I just want to say, real ass
Beige
matters.
Alliance,
Real
what's up?
ass matters. That's what everybody walked out saying. Real ass matters.
Real ass matters?
Real ass matters.
That's
We got
crazy.
Bayesian Alliance on the live.
Big up
Big up,
Asian
big up Asian
Alliance.
Alliance. Big up
Shout
Asian
out to
Alliance.
my daughter, Aniquiana.
I
And
see
We
Prana
Big
Frost on here.
Entertainment,
Big up, big up,
a.k.a. Sisway.
Damn.
Sisway, you need to join the live.
Yes. And I see DJ Bill Gates out of Barbados. Big up yourself.
Oh, big up Bill Gates.
Yes.
Bill
Brethren, I
Gates.
have to text you. I ain't talked to you yet this year. So
That's
I have to
Bill
talk to
Gates.
you.
Yes,
Was
yes.
Soca Passion team.
Yes.
Cordell, what's going on? Thank you, my love. I glowing.
Speaking of glowing, you ladies are glowing for real.
Thank you.
Is it because
you.
of how much you ladies accomplished lately?
I think it's a combination of just rest and relaxation, not allowing life to overtake you, and just letting things be. You know what I mean? With God before you, who could be against you? That's the mentality I'm coming in 2023 with, because last year I felt like I was fighting everybody, everything. And I had several breakdowns mentally. So this year I'm coming in with God before me, who could be against me mentality. We're going to throw it out there, speaking of our music. And if it sticks, it sticks. You know, I would hope that the DJs would support us, because we are putting out good quality music.
Of course.
So what does it take for our music to be played? What does it take for us as artists to be recognized? Because the DJs is who make and break artists, believe it or not.
Of course.
DJs are the ones who make and break us.
Of
So
course.
what does it take for us to get our music played? DJs, chime in.
Well, you know, Pure Vibes, we play all
Hunter
the
Flow,
music
big up
all
yourself.
the time.
Always.
Always. Team Pure Vibes play always. You know,
You're
this
tuned
home
into
team.
Pure Vibes Radio,
So,
supporting
we
the
just
local
gotta get
artists
this out.
worldwide.
we gotta push it worldwide, because you know why?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
a big vibe, and you ladies are
Big up
doing
Sis
so much
Way,
for
we
the
big.
not just the, I guess, what you call it, fluid culture, like music,
Yeah.
but you know, you're making a big impact in different places with the actual culture.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's where it makes a difference. Everybody just want to be, you know, da, 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 da. So you guys are on the same tip as Rihanna. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, that's big.
That is big.
That's
And
big.
I take
that's
it.
what- and that's
and
what
that's
what
the
I
goal.
like. I like that. I say that every time I say I appreciate y'all, because y'all do hard work, and I say every time I see y'all there somewhere,
Thank
tip
you.
my
Thank
hat
you.
off every
I
day.
Thank you.
appreciate the support. And for me, my glow comes from pretty much piggybacking off what you're saying is recently just switching my mentality. I think I know everyone said, "Oh, that was big what you did,"
All
and
right. We got Sis Way on the live. Sorry, baby.
I,
Sis
this
Way.
way,
Yes.
Sis Way on the live.
Yes.
He can segue into her when you're done to speak about
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
So, Sis Way, we're going to bring you on board, all right?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
yeah,
Empress.
yeah.
Sorry.
So I know a lot of people like you did something big and it was historical, and I know that. And I'm still waiting for it to hit me, but I feel like it hasn't hit me because I know that's my mission. But the glow is coming from a mental shift that I've had about being positive. Because even though doing, creating and co-creating and co-producing this festival with all the stresses that came with it, it was successful on the end of those who were patrons, just learning new things and even being combated with negativity, even in doing something positive for the culture, still being combated with negativity. I just had a paradigm shift where I'm like, no, I'm not going to let that beat me down. And yes, I think I posted today, I am a superstar.
Damn right.
I am a boss. I did that. I'm going to do even bigger things. And my station now is not my station even tomorrow. What I'm doing now, I might not be doing it 2 days from now, because at any second, things are going to switch. And because I switch my mentality of walking into who I really am and not bringing it down for other people.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it for likes. I'm doing it for the culture. I'm not doing it for you to like me or you to talk good about me. I'm doing it for the culture because I have a God-given mission, and it is to spread the culture through all of my gifts and talents. I don't apologize for being multi-talented, and I'm not going to apologize for being a boss, and I'm not going to apologize for just making shit happen. And if along the way I've hurt your feelings, I publicly apologize. Empress did not mean it, but don't hold it against me.
Right.
Get on board so that you can get to this place that I'm taking things for the culture.
That's right.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's more than some people could comprehend.
Yeah.
But, that's what I appreciate. Because everywhere I see y'all go, y'all do it. Y'all do it. So, these new tunes you have coming out.
Hey,
Let's bring in Sis Way so that he can talk about Africa as well. Maybe you should bring him into yours.
Oh, he could do that.
Well,
Are you on
I don't
live?
think he's on yours. He's on
No.
mine.
He's on yours?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just put him to the mic. Put him to the mic so everybody can hear him.
Okay, we're going to wait for him to respond. He said he had to go put on a shirt. Here we go. He
Big
said
up
he had to
Goddess
go put on a
Vibes.
shirt. Sis Way.
Yes, put on clothes. Put on clothes. Good morning.
The
What's
vibe
he
is
seen?
good,
What's he seen?
brother. So we're talking about Africa, and I say you was the big artist because you shell it down. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to talk about your experience in Africa. Just let us know from the time that you got there, your sentiment when your feet touched the soil.
Africa was definitely everything it was hyped to be plus one. You understand? I think that if you have any level of consciousness, right? I think you have a need to touch the motherland. And so, if everything went wrong, right? If everything went wrong and everything was bad, and we touched the motherland, it was worth it. You understand?
Right.
And the truth is that 99.1% of it was right on par.
Right.
And it had a 0.5% where, just some small mix up, whereas, but those things are expected.
Correct.
Such an effort of that
Yeah,
So really and truly, the 0.5% is not even worth talking about.
that's
You
right.
know, and so big up to Empress and the team, Afro Caribbean team, for putting on a historic event, right?
Absolutely.
And they could have picked a number of artists um, to do this show, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. It was amazing.
Absolutely. So, what was your biggest highlight of of um of just your experience as a whole in Sierra Leone? Now, I know firsthand that your heritage is directly linked to Sierra Leone. So, can you talk to us about that?
I heard you say you have like 3 hats. You can put on our next hat. This interview thing is doing good. You're doing very good.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Um, no, that's 100%. You know, I did my African ancestry, and I was able to find out that through my paternal lineage, I'm 99.1%.
Wow.
I know 99.1 or 99.7. I have to go and look, but from Sierra Leone.
That's a high
So
percentage.
and that's very high. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so for me, like again, if you have any sense of consciousness, like that's a huge deal. You know, so for me to be able to go home,
Right.
right? And to be honest, I was treated like I was home. I was treated like I was a son of the land. They showed me love, and yeah, man, the people was just so nice and giving, and everybody smiling, and yo, it was just, I mean, an experience. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Getting some feedback. Hold on. All right, we're gonna have to drop Empress because we're getting feedback because we're right here. Oh, okay, we're good. We're
Tell
good.
it to mute the mic. Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
We good now.
So now,
man.
knowing that your percentage and your background, your culture is so high, how does that make you feel? Like I said, when you got there, what was your sentiment? Like when I know for me, when I went to Uganda and I touched down in Uganda, I cried. I cried because I immediately felt a connection.
Yeah. Well, you know, I pride myself on being a big man, so I probably wouldn't cry. Right?
No thug tears.
You know what I'm saying? But not just being there and, you know, essentially being home. You know, I was able to touch the soil. You know,
Right.
and the soil is a different soil. It's a red soil. You know,
Yes, yes.
it's like, you know, red orangish color, and you know, like it's really unexplainable to be able to be there. And I brought my son, right? And I'm
Yes.
specifically speaking about my son. I mean, my wife was there, but my son, because of the lineage, the paternal lineage that which we
Correct.
tested, right? So for him to be able to experience that at such a young age, you know, that just means that big up Sister Ron. That just
Sister Ron,
means
big up.
that he has way more to experience in life.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I don't know about you, but when you went to Uganda, you was probably a big woman,
Yes.
right? You know, and for him to be a child and in this environment, I think it just means that there's a lot more for him to learn and to grow and to see.
Right.
You know? And so, yeah, man, I am a proud Sierra Leone man. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And I can't wait to go back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And big up Chris
You know what I'm saying?
Breezy, that's on the line. He's one of the Sierra Leonean artists that graced the stage. You might see some clips of him and Sizwe dancing.
Okay, Chris Preezy. Yes.
Yeah.
He taught him.
Chris Breezy, definitely a man artist.
Yes,
You know, we've been
yes.
talking pretty almost every day since I've been back.
Wow.
You know, so we're looking forward to doing something together. You know, so yeah, he's a wicked artist. Go and look him up, Chris Breezy, a young dude just doing big things in Sierra Leone. You know,
Absolutely.
Sierra Leone has a very rich history.
Yes.
And you know, and thank you for Afro Caribbean festival for taking folks on tours and to see some of the things that they probably just would never really see in a regular day life. Like, this is a big deal. And I think that the community, whether it's in the diaspora or outside the diaspora, it needs to support this effort, for next year and going forward.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Commercial
saying?
break me, please. Shout out to Afri Caribbean Festival. They did the damn thing. Even with the naysayers, they were able to come up and do the damn thing, and they doing it again this year. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So, Sisway, one more question for you. When you touch stage, how was that experience singing Good Morning and having the Sierra Leoneans say it back, Good Morning?
Yeah.
How was that?
No, that was epic. It was everything. Today I posted about this event being the highlight of my career.
I saw that.
I'm singing for 22 years.
Yes.
And for me, again, there was just a little piece of frustration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that little piece of frustration, allowed me to come on that stage and
Yes, 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 yes.
you know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with Afro Caribbean. It was just the circumstances, right?
Right.
And so, I think it was great then, right? And everything happens for a reason. And I think because of that, I was able to perform at at the highest level that I have thus far.
Right.
And people singing Good Morning, or like literally singing Good Morning. And what's interesting is when I left the stage, right? Well, I came off the stage, right? And then, so when I left the front of the stage, they continued to sing when the music came on, right? They continued to sing Good Morning. So then I ran back out and sang and grabbed the mic from Warlock, and started to sing Good Morning a cappella with them.
Right.
So that by itself, I think majority of the crowd was from Sierra Leone. So for them to pick up the tune in that moment, pick up the tune from Blessin tune, and then give it more love for the song.
Yes.
The universal love, a universal feeling of just
Forward.
wow. So man, I don't want to be the chatterbox, but
Nah, this is what we brought you on for. We brought you on so that you can tell your story, and just so we can highlight the efforts that Empress J and her team put into this event. For those of you who did not know, Afri Caribbean Festival CEO is Empress J and Donna Labor. So those that shitted on her, yeah. Be careful. Be careful of hands. Be careful, because you never know when you're going to come back. Huh?
But let me tell you what's important, right? Let me tell you what's important. And to Empress, right? It's that because so big and we so strong, and we've been doing this thing for so long, that when people have things negative to say, you just flip that and turn that into the positive.
Absolutely.
And that's what you do. You don't have to mention the naysayers, right? Because they'll always be there, right?
Yes.
Always.
They'll always be there, and that's okay. You have a right to feel some type of way.
That's right.
But just
CJ, thanks for the follow. Yes.
watch, because right, things like this you might miss out on, right? So
Exactly.
I think that we have to embrace the quote unquote haters, and then when they're ready to come aboard, let them come aboard.
That's right.
And then you watch. Now it's your turn to watch them and be like, you had a good time?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Food for thought. Food for thought. Absolutely. So, Empress, I was not able to go due to medical reasons, but what was your overall experience, not only as the promoter, but as an artist? We're not going to speak about you being the promoter. How was your experience as an artist?
It was a highlight of my career as well. Not as a promoter, not as a co-founder, none of that, but as an artist, to say that I've come back home to the motherland,
Right.
and been able to do something that I haven't even been able to do in the States.
In the States.
Or in Barbados.
Yeah.
And I performed in Barbados, I performed in the States, but the energy and the meaning behind doing it home and singing that song home. Big up Ronnie Homer, who's not only a co-writer but a co-star on this song. When I first sung it and no one had heard it yet, to have my brother Sizway pull up, you don't understand how that made me feel.
Yeah.
Cause I don't watch no face, but the people that I hold dear to me, when they give me love, when this said put home, never heard a song.
Yeah.
That was the highlight.
It was pull up, right? Yeah,
Thank you.
Kip. Yes, sir. Jacket, and you that song turned into anthem.
Right.
You understand? You know, and that's the power of the music, you know, and really the power of believing in self, right? Believe and say to yourself, you know what? I can do it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Whatever else, what other spiritual system maybe that you belong to help you get there, that's fine too, right? But I think the proof is in the pudding and in your ability to bring forward the things that you should put yourself.
Yes. Hats off to Empress.
Should be very
Absolutely.
They did an outstanding job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Putting forward.
So, yes, commercial break me, please. Home is now the official anthem for Afri-Caribbean Festival. It is now streaming on all platforms, so make sure you download it, play it, let it sink into your soul because you're going to hear it more and more.
And tomorrow,
Oh, it drops tomorrow.
officially. And big up, and not only with Sizway pulling it up, just chat. And when people were like, song, when you said, put your hands in the air no matter where you're from. Like, I'm hard on myself as an artist, so I felt like because I was so busy trying to make sure other artists were good and this, you know, that we were running behind schedule and wanting things being right, that it took away from me focusing on being an artist. So I'm like, my performance okay, but because I want to give the artist enough time.
Right.
Because, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, I've been to see, I came in March and I performed, and not a big concert, like I can say that, done that, but I brought here this life. So I didn't want to, you know, it wasn't about me in that moment, so I just wanted to make sure, yes, it's about me, but let me hurry up because I want to make sure that my other artists have time.
Right.
So then when I was back there, I was like, I could have done a little bit, I should have did this other song instead.
Right.
Other than Home, because I did a couple other songs. But when in the chat, they expressed, there was one young lady who, when she went in her diary, and she would go her day, and she said, yeah, concert epic. And she said, you know, Empress said, put your hands in the air no matter where you're from.
Yes.
I said a whole lot more after that, but that Sizway pulling up and her saying that was the highlight of my career.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you. The Panis is on.
Big up Michael the Panis.
Can Mike join?
Yeah, he can. You can do 4.
All right. Mike, send a request to join.
Yes. Absolutely. Often.
In the African sun, come let we free up. We come as come let jump up. African sun, let we free up.
Right. So Panis, hopefully he can join us.
We have a question. All right.
We can in after. But we don't know if Mike the Panis is still on.
To the question, I want to be a part. Please go to them at free, AFRI.Caribbean, Caribbean, if you say it that way. And send us a DM. We'll be rolling out really soon. The date for next year and some of the plans.
Decline.
Okay. He probably ain't got no clothes on either. Michael, the planner, the whole team came through, and yeah, me and Michael, he said it's loud where I.
Okay.
So I is in fact, you look at him. If you're a person who judge a book by his cover, you would think he's some arrogant little man that can play a pan, but his spirits unmatched, and his attitude towards life. Like we was in a little bacchanal in the city when I was trying to go get my bag, and that turned the highlight, one of the highlights of his trip. But it's his perspective on look at it. He definitely is the definition of lemons and lemonade.
That's good to know.
Guest host, listen.
Thank you.
She about to open up Pure Vibes in Panama.
Hey, let's do the commercial.
You understand?
It's Pure Vibes Radio.
In Panama.
Hey, let's
You
go.
understand?
You're listening to Pure Vibes PY.
Yeah, about that. I'm a sister.
Yep.
Listen, even with you, man,
Yes.
with you, this way. I need vibes back again for Miami. I know what, and I was you picking the way. So after man, I was like, are we good to go?
Listen.
No, I know that. I know.
That was my and crazy. It's like brings the effect we did not know Sway then. But when he start banging up and cutting up in the mix, I said, who is dude? And then later,
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Sister Ron.
Look, the video. Right.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
I shop at McDonald's now.
Absolutely. Sisway a different type. You see,
Energy
artists
different,
and
man.
y'all, they energetic, but Sisway is infectious even when he's not on stage. And I think that because I've been in his presence. We had serious debates.
Right.
I've been in his presence when we in party mode. You know, I've been in his presence when we just cooling and period. So
Listen,
yeah.
you know this prime. We was in Miami, and I played that. Give me that.
Give me that.
Open mile. Give me.
And then he just stopped
I don't know who says we in Miami.
Right, Sisway.
You know? So that vibe, they're different. That vibe, they're different. But I love.